Hey folks, this is Zookstar here. Now today I decided to do something a little different. Since I'm at home right now and I've finished school and there's literally nothing for me to do at all, I thought I'd do a little collection video. And since the PS2 is the console that I have the most games for, I'll do a collection video on the games I have for that console. So yeah, as you can see, I have pretty a lot of PS2 games. It's definitely my favourite console of all time. Yeah, at the moment that is. Okay, let's just kick this off with the first game. The Simpsons Hit and Run. The only Simpsons game I can truly say I like. It's a GTA clone, but there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I have a bit of nostalgia for it too. Haven't gotten round to beating it though. I only got up to the last level and that's where I decided that I just didn't want to bother completing it. I'll need to get round to beating it though. I'll do that soon. X Squad. Of course I talked about this in my top 5 video games I used to love and now I don't. It's only an average shooter with an awesome soundtrack though. It's definitely got one of the most hardcore soundtracks in a video game. But unless you're a major third person shooter fanboy, then don't bother with this game. It's just an average game though. Now on to the PS2 Sonic games, Sonic Heroes. And I also talked about this game in my top 5 video games I used to love and now I don't. And it's just a meh game. Well, not for me that is. I know I used to love it, but now I don't. But here's the thing: this game has like a lot of platforming levels, and it could really work with Sonic alone. But playing as the other characters like Tails and Knuckles, it kind of slows down the platforming really. But you know, the teamwork concept is the most flawed in the game. The execution of it, that is. The concept was creative, but again, it just needed a lot more work. So yeah. Shadow the Hedgehog. And I talked about this game in my top 5 video games I used to hate and now I don't. And whilst I do think it's not as bad as many people say it is, it's just a mixed bag for me. And if you want to know why I think that, you can see my top 5 list for that. I know a lot of people that I know really love this game, and they do have their reasons, which is really understandable, and I'm not gonna lie there. But for me, it's just not the game for me, so yeah. Now on to the PS2 Crash Bandicoot games. Crash Bandicoot The Wrath of Cortex. Of course I talked about this game in that April Fool's joke I made. Yeah. It's an average game at best, nothing really major, but it's not that bad, okay? And it's better than Spiral Into the Dragonfly by far, but if you're a major Crash fan, however, you may like this game. But if you're just an average gamer who's already played the original Crash Bandicoots on the PS1, you may not appeal. This game might not appeal to you much. So yeah. Crash Twinsanity. I do like this. I'd say it's a good game. Definitely. Haven't really heard a lot of Crash fans bash about it though, which is really surprising. In fact, a lot of Crash fans really like this game, and I can see why. I like it. Yeah. And yeah, it's definitely the best new Crash game. It's the best Crash Bandicoot game not made by Naughty Dog. Yeah. Here's one I'm not too fond of, Crash of the Titans. Now, I don't hate this game completely, okay, because you can have some fun with it, okay, just some fun. But I would still call it a mediocre game at best. Yeah. Yeah. Don't care. Now onto the racing games. Crash Nitro Kart. Hang on a minute, let me move over. Crash Nitro Kart. Of course I talked about this game in my top 5 games I used to love and now I don't. To me it's just a rehashed game of Crash Team Racing, and I do prefer Crash Team Racing over this game. The only thing I liked in this game more than Crash Team Racing were the tracks. They were more creative in my opinion. But it's just, yeah. Crash Tag Team Racing. This is okay, just in my opinion, it's just okay at best. And it's not really a racing game in my opinion. It's more like an action adventure platformer with fetch quests to do and mini games, party mini games as well. And yeah, just didn't really grow fondness of this game. But it's not that bad. It's pretty glitchy though as well. I do have the PSP version of this game, and it's more glitchier. But yeah. Whiplash. Of course, I talked about this game and I already reviewed it, so I don't need to say much, do I? All I have to say is, Crystal Dynamics, stop masturbating to the Tomb Raider series and make a goddamn sequel. Godzilla Save the Earth. I'm not really big on Godzilla, but I do love this game. I think it's one of my favourite fighting games for the PS2. I haven't played it in a while though, so I can't really say much about it, but all I know is it's a great game. Now on to the PS2 Spyro games. Spyro Into the Dragonfly. You all know what this game is like, so I don't need to say anything. Moving on. Spyro A Hero's Tale. Of course, I talked about this game when in my video game battle with Crash Transanity. It's not a bad game, but it's just average at best. I did like the addition of playing as Hunter though, as you can see right there. Yeah, that was definitely my favourite part of the game. But it's kind of like a kiddie-oriented game, not my tastes. Hold on. Now on to the Legend of Spyro games. Oh boy. Legend of Spyro: A New Beginning. I'd say this is okay. The combat is stiff, and the story is seen it before, but yeah. Sorry, I had to jump cut there because the phone was ringing and I needed to answer it, but yeah. Next game, Legend of Spyro Eternal Night, aka Legend of Spyro the Eternal Shite. Yeah, I hate this game. It's pretty much the same as the original, but even worse. The combat is more tedious, the bosses are more frustrating, and the story is even more seen it before. Yeah, just a piece of crap in my opinion. Right. Here's a series that I don't really like much, but I'll say about it anyway. Kingdom Hearts. Okay, before I say anything, in my opinion, Kingdom Hearts is one of the most overrated PlayStation franchises out there. Yeah. Let's talk about the games. Kingdom Hearts, the original. I do like this. I do like it. I don't love it, okay? It's just a good game, okay? Good game in my opinion. Not great, not as perfect as the fanboys say it is, alright? But yeah. Can't really say the same about this game though. Kingdom Hearts 2. I do not like this game much. I find it overrated. Mainly because the combat is more tedious in the game, and the combat gameplay, there's more backtracking, and they have to add these spiky-haired anime characters again, and it's only there to attract more fangirls. I mean, if you've seen AMVs all over YouTube and art all over DeviantArt, yeah. That's why I don't like this game much. In my opinion, I would rather play the first one over the second one, but that's just my opinion, alright?